define my season by that.
If Arizona was Connecticut and had 5 titles in the last 20 years, how would you feel about the NCAA tournament?
You'd never hear the end of it. You'd never hear the end of me, man. Yeah, I'd be on everybody else's post-game radio shows just talking smack to them about all our titles. So, but no, it's true. I mean, of course I'm saying that because we've been losing heartbreakers, but I just can't put all my eggs in that basket anymore, because if I do, it'll drive me to jump off a bridge or something. So, my justification, I'm not literally, but I just mean like, it is just, it's still one basketball game. And even though the stakes are much higher than playing, Oregon in the middle of January, it's still one basketball game. And sometimes in one basketball game, poop happens, and somehow it happened a lot today.
I'll say this one other thing to you, Doug, because I know super fan. I feel bad for the guys, because that's the last game you play, and you're going to get killed all summer on the Twitter and Facebooks and all those different places or whatnot. And, guys saying things, just say love come from North Carolina. Like, try to put him back in that box, when he played well and ended up player of the year and did all these great things, for the team. I just feel bad for the guys, to have to lose a game like that, because, I know sometimes some people let that, interfere with their real, with what they really saw for the year, like with what you were saying.
It's not our journey. Yeah, it's the player's journey. It's the player's story, and we're observers. So people who get super wrapped up in what the results is, and you have this giant emotional outburst or whatever, that's a you problem. Like, that's not – that players are playing their game. Nobody feels worse about this than Caleb Love. Nobody in the whole world. And Kelvin's right. I mean, he's going to get clowned by all kinds of people all over the world. But you know who else are? Arizona fans, basketball fans who've been talking mad junk for the last 9 months. This is our year. We're going to do this stuff. And they take it personally because they think it's their story. They make it into their story. Just take a breath. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fine. Sure. It was one game. They shot really poorly tonight, took some bad shots. It doesn't mean they didn't have a great season.
Doug, final thought.
Well, I'll disagree a little bit, J-Dub. I tend to be more emotional because I feel like I invest a lot of emotion in it all year long. I'm not even going to say like I invest money in it. I don't care about that part of it, or time or energy, but I do invest emotion in it. And so I feel like
that's not Caleb Love's fault. That's what I'm saying.
No. Right. And I'm the last one that's going to be taking it out on players. I'm not. I really appreciate every one of those guys. If I say he went 0 for 9, I still remember the games when he didn't, and I remember the games when Boswell was great. So no, don't get me wrong. I don't get it twisted. I love these guys. I still love this team. If I see them on campus or something or around town, I'm going to thank them. I'm just saying that I feel like I am entitled to hurt because I invest a lot of emotion into the team all year long.
Absolutely.
And for 50 years,
Definitely. Doug, we always appreciate your call. We look forward to talking to you the next time.
We look forward to it as well. Thanks, guys.
All right, Doug in Tucson. Arizona falls in the Sweet 16, 77-72. To the Clemson Tigers. They are moving on. They will play the winner of North Carolina and Alabama. We'll take more of your calls when we come back. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, and you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Frog and Firkin, a standout among the bars and restaurants in the university area. Frog and Firkin does what very few pubs can, combine a festive atmosphere and great beer with a menu that could stand on its own in any restaurant setting. A sports enthusiast dream with over 30 TVs, 30 beers on tap, and over 100 import and domestic bottles. Daily drink and food specials, and the kitchen is serving until 10. A standout in the university area. Frog and Firkin. Eat local, support local. frogandfirkin.com.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona, with offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona. The Eagle gives you home court advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne makes the right play in any situation. So, after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm get you the settlement you deserve. It's a slam dunk. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at sararadiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
The Window Depot is more than a window store. The Window Depot is a one-stop warehouse with everything you need for your complete home remodel. Shop the aisles of pre-built cabinets in a variety of colors, granite and quartz countertops, sinks, skylights, and hardware to complete your project. Need a custom order? We can help. Our designers offer free design services and can special order everything you need for your kitchen or bathroom remodel today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
Fun for the crew, fun for the family, fun for everyone. Dave & Buster's is the place to be for all things fun. With hundreds of awesome games, massive screens showing every single game, and their incredible menu of top-notch food and drinks. There's no better place to eat, drink, play, and watch than Dave & Buster's. Make Wednesday the highlight of your week at Dave & Buster's by experiencing half-price games on Wednesdays. That's right, every arcade game, half price. Dave & Buster's at Tucson Marketplace, your Wednesday game day viewing spot.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And Dylan Hunter gets it across to his brother Chase. Drives all the way to the bucket. Blocked by Krivas. Ball loose. Taken down by Bradley. Cats on the run with numbers. Bounce ahead to Johnson. And a slam dunk for Keyshawn Johnson. Now to get the crowd going.
Just 6 points for Keyshawn Johnson on 3 of 8 shooting. He missed all 3 of his threes. He did grab 11 rebounds in 31 minutes. But Arizona falls 77-72 to Clemson. The season is over for the Wildcats in the Sweet 16. And I'll go back to what I said earlier this week in terms of baselines for all of these programs that at the University of Arizona, the baseline for me for Arizona basketball is to make it to the Sweet 16. Everything after that is gravy. You definitely want to win past that and go as far as you can. But I will call it a successful season because they met the minimum baseline and got to this point, which this program should do every single year, and that's get to the Sweet 16. But I also reiterate what I said, that eventually, if you want to continue to call yourself a blue blood, you gotta start going to a Final
There's only
Four
5 blue bloods, and Arizona's not one of them.
Yeah. Well, you're absolutely right.
And
on
never
that.
will be. Like that. This is such a misnomer people talk about. Like there can only be 5 blue bloods. You don't want to be a blue blood. You want to beat the blue bloods. Those are the 5 teams who've always been good since the 1800s, right? So like Arizona is one of the top 10 basketball programs in America, period. And success in the postseason defines the current era of basketball. And it's been 24 years now, right? But the blue blood thing, Arizona has never been a blue blood and will never be a blue blood. Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, UNC, UCLA. You know what? They've all got blue in their color schemes. That's why they're called the blue bloods, white and blue for all those teams. It's a stupid joke that was made 60 years ago. It's just those 5 teams. So the modern conversation about adding UConn or all these other teams, it's just, why? Pick another term. The 5 blue bloods are the 5 schools that have always been good. Arizona is one of the 10 best programs in America. They don't need to be blue bloods. We want to beat those teams.
There you go. Straight from the mouth of J.W. Madden right there. 520-848-1290.
It's like GIF or GIF. I mean, people think that this is an argument that will never be solved. I'm not trying to say you should listen to me. I'm right. What I'm saying is this is the way I see it. This is the terminology of blue blood came a long time ago for those 5 schools. The modern media, this whole thing, and it's a national thing. It's about adding teams to that list. I think that conversation is tired and old. UConn is the most dominant program in the last 20 years, right? They also didn't win a title before that. So, I mean, UCLA won 11 titles before UConn won their first, and UConn's won 5 since UCLA won their last. Just completely different eras, right?
Indeed, for sure. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Time now for our Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. And for one last time, we'll give it to Oumar Ballo. Another double-double. So I think he finished with 19 double-doubles this season, 15 points and 15 rebounds. He took 10 shots. That's kind of what we wanted to see. More shots for Oumar Ballo. Maybe could have even taken 15 if they had dedicated it to him the entire game. Obviously, the one disappointing factor was that he missed 6 of 7 free throws, and that adds up in a game that you lose by 5 points.
I think
in
the
NCAA
most
tournament.
disappointing thing is he missed his first 6, then he made one, right, and then followed by a steal and a layup to give Arizona their first lead. I got the highlight if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Oumar Ballo did not attempt another free throw the rest of the way. So that was about 8-10 minutes to go in the game. So again, they went completely away. Ballo, how many times did he go to the free throw line, Kelvin, in like a 4-minute stretch? I mean, he missed again. I think he went on 2 out of 3 possessions. Ballo's at the line.
20 double-doubles. This was his 20th of the season.
And J-Dub, I think you keep going in there and foul all their guys out.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's get it. Hey, if it ain't broke, if I got a guy that's gonna miss his free throw, you know what I'm thinking as a player? I'm finna slide in there and get the rebound, put back.
Yeah, people are talking about missing free throws for Ballo. I'm looking at Ballo fouling out their whole front line if they just kept going to him, because at that point they had 3 fouls. They all in the second half too. And again, I would never second guess Coach Lloyd's decision making. He's a million times smarter than I am when it comes to basketball. I just see a guy like dominating like Oumar Ballo is, and it's not. I think it's less on the coaching staff as that flow offense, and the guards.
I was going to say that
guards got to make better decisions when they see the big man feeding.
But you even said it earlier, though, J-Dub. You said it. That's when, as a coach, when you see it's not going there, I got to call that cross screen. I got to call that up screen or something so I can get them going back door or some kind of way. I got to do something to where I force those guys to give them the ball. Because what you do, people understand this. What a play says is this. A coach calls the play, right? And I can tell if you're trying to do what I'm trying to ask you to do. That's what the play about. I can tell. When you run the free flow, I can't really get mad at you for taking a quick shot. You saw something, and you went for it, right? That's the way we've been playing. Now, I would rather you move the ball and we play off the catch, and that has been said. Let's get each other involved. Only 14 assists today, one of our lower totals of the year. But I just think when you call that play, you can tell right there when you make those passes and you set the screens, who's setting a good screen. Who is, or you making the right pass to the guy who we wanted to get it? Did the guy touch the ball that we wanted to touch the ball on that play? And if not, now I know who to sub and get in to get done what I need to get done.
I think the only thing that kind of makes me upset, I don't know if you've seen this, but the shot chart, they must have thought they were the Houston Rockets from 6 years ago because they literally took 4 mid-range shots the entire game. 25 threes, a bunch of stuff at the rim, and nothing in the mid-range, Kelvin.
All right, I mentioned 20-20 doubles for Oumar Ballo. That will tie him for third on the all-time single-season list with Jordan Hill, who also had 20 back in 2008-2009. One, DeAndre Ayton in 2017-18 had 24, and the legend Al Fleming had 22 in 74-75. That was the year he had the 10 in a row. And Ballo came up just one short of that as well. 10 in a row for a single season. Ballo had 9. 520-848-1290. Let's chat with Paul in Phoenix. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wow. Guys, let me get this out of the way first. Thank you for all your coverage this year. You guys, I don't know if people really realize the amount of hours you guys have put in. Of course they do, but they really don't, because there's a lot of other hours you guys have put in behind the scenes. And thank you. I appreciate that from all three of you guys. And even Glenn Howell. Kelvin, you told Glenn, I said hello. I told him looking forward to hearing from him in football. But here's the thing. And J-Dub, God, I love you, man. But at the same time, I love these Wildcats, and it's so tough when we end a season like this, because they did have a really good season. It was good. I enjoyed every game except for Stanford. I enjoyed every game, and it was one of those things where, doggone it, there's lots of things we can point at. The thing that I think kind of drives me a little bit crazy is still the fact that I will guarantee it. We had since last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday to tell these guys, this is Clemson's out of bounds play. When they do this, they do this, they do this. Or this is Clemson's little what do they call it, a rub off screen play. And yet we didn't just get beat once by it, but we got beat several times by it. And again, is that coaching for not drilling it into them, or is it just a fact that we had some players who just for some reason we didn't execute like we should have? Obviously, we didn't, okay? But here's the thing that it also kills me. I think there was a time in there where, again, and J-Dub, I'm sure you got it right there at the ready, didn't we go almost 9 minutes or over 9 minutes without a field goal? Now, good teams do that, possibly. Great teams don't. You can't go 9 minutes without a field goal. Yes, we're getting free throws. I get it. But you can't go 9+ minutes or whatever it was without a field goal. And that it kills me. And I don't know why, but I know there were contested shots, but at the same time, they didn't look any more contested than any other shot we shot this year. We just shot horribly.
It was,
but at the same time,
10 minutes and 13 seconds.
Thank
you. The drought in the second half? Yeah.
Yeah,
the drought. And it was just
Caleb Love made a layup with 14:33 to go. Then two free throws, 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 up until a three-pointer was made by Jaden Bradley with 4:20 to go. So that's 10 minutes and 13 seconds.
You don't win games like that. No. I don't care. We stayed in the game. You don't win games. And I really did think this team had it. This team, and some people say, oh, this team, it wasn't as good as last year's team. I don't believe that. I think this year's team is better than last year's team. And for anybody, and anybody, I'm sure I've already heard from my daughter on Facebook that people are already, talking bad about Tommy, blah blah blah. Guys, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just people are they're going to vent. I get it, but you know what? This team was so much fun to watch, and they were good kids. And doggone it, it hurts. And you know what? It also hurts because this was the goodbye to the Pac-12. That's it. And it's like, doggone it. It's like, oh, all those years of memories. And, oh, man, it's like we're going to build new memories. I'm going to say it right now, and you guys can bookmark this and play it next basketball season when it's almost over. We'll finish top 3 in the Big 12 in basketball. I know people go, oh, you're crazy, Paul. Stop it. But we're going to finish top 3. But you know what, guys? I don't even know. I'm just like, I'm babbling. It just hurts, and I'm going to allow it to hurt for a little bit. I'm out in my garage putting a rack together because I just can't. I can't bring myself.
That's a
to
great
sit by
way.
the
Yeah,
television.
do some work, like do something. When they build something. That's a great way to get over it. There, you're doing the right thing,
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, well, I've hit a snag, so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm going to call you guys. But hey, guys, again, thanks so much. It's a great program. This basketball team is a great program. Our coach is by far the answer for us, and I really believe we will get some guards in there who will hit some clutch shots. Unfortunately, we just didn't get it. All year long, we didn't get it. There was a couple, times. Tonight was just a tough one, and it's hard to do it when you're, trying to get from the Sweet 16 to the Elite 8. And I really thought we were going to. I really was hoping to play North Carolina. It would have been good. But gentlemen, bear down, and I'll just keep listening while I try to put this rack together. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate you as always. 520-848-1290. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. Arizona loses in the Sweet 16 to Clemson 77-72. The season is over at 27 wins and 9 losses. We'll take more of your calls. We'll review our keys to the game. The final round of best bets. We'll see who came out on top. It is Meridian Wealth Management postgame show with Kelvin Ifan and JW Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog & Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work. Oh. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
This just in, Goodfellas AC is matching up to $2,000 on federal tax credit.
Whoa, seriously? This is unbelievable. I gotta call Floyd at Goodfellas.
Hello, Goodfellas. Floyd speaking.
Is it true about the $2,000?
It sure is. Homeowners like you may qualify for a 30% federal tax credit up to $2,000 on qualifying heat pumps. And Goodfellas will match the tax credit dollar for dollar up to $2,000. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Explore natural open space, a network of connecting trails, and at Community Park within the Vale School District. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K with home savings up to $35,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockinK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Striving to be the best never grows old, and that's especially true right now during O'Reilly Chevrolet's 100th anniversary celebration. Great customer service is what we've hung our cowboy hat on for more than a century. Even today, we have a new inventory arriving with factory incentives available, and there are great deals to be had. Check them out at O'Reilly.com, call 747-8000, or come to our party on the 23rd to Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Southern Arizona and O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson wants your bike. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment or stop by today to receive an inspection and an offer. Whether you're looking to trade in and trade up or just looking for some extra money, we're prepared to make you a tempting offer. Don't deal with the hassle of selling it to a stranger. We're here to make the process quick and easy. Only at Pueblo Harley-Davidson or online at PuebloHarley.com. Again, stop into Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson or online at OldPuebloHarley.com. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And inbounding here for Clemson will be Dylan Hunter. And gets a great pass in the lane to Clark, who just lays it in.
2 inbounds plays for Clemson, 2 easy baskets. Asleep at the wheel, Pella Larson.
33-24, Tigers.
Hey, Ryan Hansen doesn't pull any punches there. I mean, you got to defend on the inbound, and Pella Larson got beat a couple of times on that. Jack Clark didn't hit any home runs, but he scored 7 points in this ball game. Clemson was led by Chase Hunter, who has now scored 21, 20, and 18 in 3 tournament games. Did not make a 3, but finished 8 of 15 from the floor, had a huge and 1 late in the game. 7 rebounds, 5 assists for Chase Hunter in a 77-72 win for the Clemson Tigers over the Arizona Wildcats, ending U of A's season in the Sweet 16. UConn won tonight on your Mesquite Valley Growers scoreboard. They have now won their 3 tournament games by 39, 39, and 30. Domination by UConn. The I guess at this point, if they're not the prohibitive favorite, I don't know who is to win this whole thing.
J-Dub, ain't it the way it's made? When they the number 1 seed?
In the tournament, yeah.
Yes. So they got the easiest brackets.
Right.
You want to hear something crazy? UConn making the Sweet 16 today is the first defending champion to make the Sweet 16 since Al Horford and Florida.
Whoa.
That was
a long time
in
ago.
2007.
Yeah.
So defending champs, it's usually senior and juniors. They do that thing, and then they leave, and the team's not so great the next year. So what Coach Hurley's doing over there? Coach Hurley 1 or Coach Hurley 2? Which one is it? The younger of the two.
Is he younger? I thought he was
He
older.
is, yeah. I think he is. Bobby's the older one. So anyway, Coach Hurley over there, whatever they're doing, that formula, I mean, clearly they had a lot of experience last year and some juniors who came back this year, and they got still something to prove, Kelvin, because first returning champ to make the Sweet 16 since 2007.
Wow. All right, jam-packed lines, 520-848-1290. We're going to talk to everybody. Let's hit Jim to begin on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. Calling you from Colorado. My wife and I and my daughter are Arizona alums. And the thing I wanted to bring up was I think it's just a matter of perspective. So my wife and I went to the game in Boulder and watched the Cats destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Came down to Tucson, watched them destroy Oregon. And there's just times when teams don't play well, right? Everybody's disappointed about guys not showing up for the game. But, the Cats have had a great season, and my wife has even wanted to move back to Tucson so we could watch all the games. But I'm not a big fan of the Heat, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh, boy.
But the Cats have had a good year, and Tommy Lloyd's a good coach. So I just wanted to kind of add that to the conversations tonight.
Well, I mean, you should have been there tonight, Jim. If you watched him win 2 games by a lot of points, we needed to get you in the crypto.com tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, we were going to get the Final Four tickets and just stay in Tucson and drive up and stay with my daughter, but that's not going to happen. But, it's a disappointment, right? I mean, Caleb Love's a great player. Kalen Boswell's a great player. Who knows why guys come to games and they just don't do what they normally do. I'm not a professional basketball player. I played a little bit when I was in college, but it is what it is. But the Cats have a good team. It's just a disappointment just because expectations get so high that they're going to do so well. And, maybe we will move back to Tucson and and get front row seats so we can watch all the games. Who knows?
Tommy had a great line last week before, I think it was around a 32, and he was asked about his time at Gonzaga and what it took to make deep runs into the tournament and get to the final game because he had done that as an assistant. And his line was, if I knew that, we would have balled it, we would have had 20 championships.
Right.
So if you go and look at how they played, another great example is Wisconsin in McHale. The way Arizona beat Wisconsin in McHale, they looked like the best team in the country. They looked like the 23rd best team in the country tonight against a Clemson team playing really well. So there's no doubt, Jim. Teams go up and down. You just hope that you're not going to have one of your worst, if not worst, shooting nights of the season and take some ill-advised shots in a situation like this. But that doesn't take away from the strength that this team showed at times this season. You just wish they might have showed up like they did against Wisconsin and like Colorado, as you said, tonight.
And, there's only so much a coach can do, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about the players getting out there and performing. I remember my wife and I just bought a house in 97, and we had no furniture in the living room except for a television, and we sat there and watched the NCAA tourney. And I remember Jason Terry wearing the same socks the entire time, right? And they had some tough games, but they were just so focused. And I guess that's the only question you could ask yourself is, how focused was the team on getting to the final, win in the tournament? But, like I said, Cats had a great year, a good team. Tommy's a good coach. Who knows what's going to happen? Getting to the national championship game is, what is it, 2001 since the Cats were last there. I mean, it's a tough battle. Anything can happen in a tournament, and that's why it's so hard to win your bracket, which my wife actually won back in 97. And I think she got $300 or $400 from it from the pool she was playing at the office. So
I had Arizona.
Anyway,
I had Arizona in the finals, so my bracket is somewhat busted.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah.
Every one of us. I mean, I have a wife and 3 kids, and all of us have the Cats winning the whole thing, right? So I guess it gets back to maybe betting with your head instead of your heart. So
there you go, Jim. Hey, we appreciate your
Anyway,
call.
I just wanted to add that in. I wanted to add that in because people seem to be a little bummed out, but it was a good year for the Cats.
Thank you so much, Jim, for calling in from Colorado. 520-848.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Absolutely. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's talk to, is it Jamie or Jaime?
Jamie.
Jamie, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290. Jamie, are you there? Jamie going once?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Jamie.
Sorry. I heard you say Jamie or Jaime, and I tried to correct you. I'm from Southern California, so I've been called Jaime half my life. But anyhow, how are you guys doing this evening?
Well, we're hanging in there, Jamie. It's a tough night.
It is. I think for all fans. I heard the gentleman prior to me. I think he said his wife went to U of A or had family members that, she's a fan, an Arizona fan. And I've been an Arizona fan for years. My family has lived there too. And it's an incredible game, but it's hard to be indifferent when you're biased, So,
That's true.
I don't know much about the coach. I know he's been there for the last 2 years. I'm sure he's trying real hard. I know he's the highest paid official in Arizona. So I don't know. He's an offensive coach. He came from Gonzaga. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So he's good. And the I don't know his name. The bigger kid, the one that he's like a Shaq on. He
Umar
absolutely.
Ballo.
Yes, that's the one. But I know he's a great coach. He's an offensive coach. Is that right? This is just what I understand from my family. This is what they're telling me, and I'm just a fan. So.
Indeed.
Yeah, the Zags played some defense too as well. I think that what you look at is a team that's third in the nation in scoring, and so obviously they're going to be labeled, but they're also top 20 in defense as well. So it's a bit of both.
So do you think that team is the same like caliber? They're like on par with each other then, obviously.
You mean Gonzaga and Arizona?
Yeah.
Well, I think obviously Gonzaga has had a run of success for a smaller school. I don't know. I still would put Arizona above Gonzaga. The success probably doesn't illustrate that over the course of the last 10, 12 years. But I think I think in terms of the playing in a tougher conference, what the Wildcats have had to navigate, I would still put them above Gonzaga on my list in terms of power programs.
Yeah, no, I think too, as far as the program is concerned, they've always had good players. They've always had amazing players. Played extremely well. And, it's just that sometimes when it's the 11th hour, there needs to be maybe a little bit more direction, something implemented that is a little bit more directive, I think.
Indeed. Jamie, we appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for your time. You guys have a wonderful evening.
You too, from Southern California. Jamie, let's talk to Paul. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Good, Paul.
Hey, just a few things. One is any talk about blaming it on coach or get rid of Tommy or anything, I think that's just ridiculous. It's still early. I think it's really hard to put this all on the coach. He's an easy target because of the pay or the this or the that. But at the end of the day, we've got 4 seniors on this team. And, seniors have their processes. They have their rituals. You don't want to overcoach them. They got to be ready. So, and it's their job to get the other players ready. I feel horrible for Pella and Caleb to have to go out like that. I know they're great kids. They had a rough go tonight, and that happens. But we don't need to stand around and say why weren't they ready to play and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. It just didn't go down their way. But that talk about coaching or this and that or what's wrong. Again, we're 3 years in and 88-20 and two conference tournament championships and a regular season championship is fine. The one thing I do want to say is, look, I think we had some overblown expectations a little bit with these guys. Let's remember, this team lost to last place Oregon State. This team had a tough, got kind of embarrassed against Stanford. They had some bumps in the road that we saw and we kind of dismissed as a bump in the road. Well, no, it was probably more a consistency thing, and that's okay. It's just I don't really want to say, oh, it's the biggest disappointment ever, because most people who follow this team could have said this was definitely a possibility. I wanted to keep it out of my mind. I didn't want to say it out loud, but it was definitely a possibility we could have an egg-laying situation in one of the tournament games. The last point I want to make, and this is probably the one that I think everybody's forgetting, is there is not a lottery pick on this team. Heck, there's there's really not a guy who's showing up on a lot of first-round draft boards on this team, and I don't know I don't know if that's really the biggest thing to look at anymore.
Oh, no.
But you got to have one dude that's a dude that you know is going to be one, and I don't think we really found that consistent identity this year with this team. It's a great group of kids. They've got nothing to hold their heads down about. I wish them the best. I hope they get some things done, and maybe one of them does actually catch up on the NBA. But for me, it's disappointing to have to go out like this. But I'm not going to say that it's unexpected, and I'm not going to say that we somehow failed Tucson or failed. That's just not true. I think it's overall a success, and we move on to next year, and we're ready, and hopefully Wildcat Nation will be ready as we have our inaugural Big 12 season. That's all I'm really going to say tonight, and after that I'm going to listen to you guys. So thank you so much for what y'all do, and congratulations to the Wildcats on a great season. Bummed out we didn't get it done tonight, but hey, love it anyway.
Thank you so much, Danny. We do appreciate your call immensely. 520-848-1290. That opens up another line here for you to get in on the program. You can call us or you can text us. Arizona falls to Clemson 77-72. We still will review our keys to the game, best bets, all of that. Hear from some of the players as well. More of you calling in as I can hear. Want to give you a few folks are watching on YouTube tonight. Lost Highway checks in. He says Tommy needs to hold them accountable during the season. Way too long of a leash. That's Lost Highway. We appreciate you checking in tonight. We'll read more of your comments as well.
One quick correction. That was Paul, who we just talked to, not Danny.
I'm sorry, Paul. Appreciate you, Paul, for calling in. We'll get another break in here. Come back, take more of your calls. It's the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Calling all basketball fans, Champs Kitchen and Bar is kicking off its grand opening with unbeatable bracket buster specials, including $5 pizzas, $5 burgers, and $5 pitchers all month long. Whether you're a fan of the game or just looking for a great time, Champs Kitchen and Bar is the place to be. Head on over there, 7625 North La Jolla Boulevard, and join the celebration. Cheers to good times, great food, and even better deals at Champs Kitchen and Bar.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad those arch supports are in my shoes.
Go to the Good Feet store at 4811 East Grant Road or at goodfeet.com.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
Think of waking up
with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans, and they now accept patients with access insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio, with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. They're down Arizona with offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona. The Eagle gives you home court advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne makes the right play in any situation. So, after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm get you the settlement you deserve. It's a slam dunk. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts, for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
It's a party 100 years in the making, and all of Tucson is invited. Saturday, March 23rd, starting at 11 a.m., we'll kick off our 100-year anniversary party at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Along with a Chevy Classic Car Show, there'll be food trucks, balloon twisters, a caricature artist, and much more. Our cake cutting ceremony will start at 5 p.m., and our prize cutting, well, that's been going on for more than a century. So put it in your cell phone for the 23rd and see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or go to O'Reilly.com for more details. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. Tucson. What happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, Arizona was a 7-point favorite tonight. Clemson comes in at +5. That is your winner. If you took Clemson in the 7, J-Dub and I laid Arizona in the line, so that's a loser. Kelvin took Clemson and the 7 tonight. Everyone took the under, which was 153, and it came in at 149. So everyone gets a tally on that. Kelvin gets 2 tallies tonight. I've got to go back. I still have to go back and grab the numbers from yesterday, or from not yesterday, but from the last game. But it's pretty even. Kelvin and J-Dub are even, and I'm 1 ahead. So I'll have to see what the final tally was. I'll go back and get those after the show and have them for you on Twitter.
Next year, we're going to write down what we think's going to happen before the segment.
Okay.
So that one person doesn't go first or last too much.
Okay.
So, because there's a huge advantage to going last, especially when you do it the bulk of the time. So, I had a really good time. I think it was really fun. Thank you so much to our sponsor of the Best Bet segment. And, I think we definitely should pick it up next year. We just got to have a different format and put some stuff on paper first. I think would be a better deal.
Okay. We will implement that next year for sure. J-Dub. Those are your best bets for one final time.
Those are today's best bets. They're brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
Obviously, when I say thank you to our sponsor, I meant Desert Diamond Sportsbook.
Desert Diamond Sportsbook. Eric John Garcia watching tonight on YouTube. When do we start accepting the fact that Arizona basketball is not the elite program we all think they are? Too many years of letdown. Hurts me to ask that question. We think this team has it every year. Great program, yes, but no longer elite. That's Eric John Garcia checking in, watching the show tonight on YouTube.
I said something too. I remember back, just coaching high school and stuff like that. And I said, your goal is to make the playoff. Of course, you would love to win the championship every year, but I got to make it to the playoffs to win the championship. And then when you get into the playoffs, guess what? You have other teams that are trying to win a championship as well. Yeah. So, to me, man, I think the Sweet 16, man, I always said this. Some people like Final Four. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, no, the type of teams, once you get after that first weekend, you should be able to get out.
Yep.
If you're a good team, you should be able to get out of that first weekend. I thought Arizona should have won today. That's not, and I think if you look at the stats, it indicated about, the shots missed and the layups missed and the free throws missed. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. But I just think the Sweet 16 is where you measure it. You have to get there if you're a good program, and from there, anything can happen, just like what happened today.
That's exactly what I agree wholeheartedly on that.
And how do you define elite, right? How many NBA all-star players have come through Lexington in the past 20 years? 20?
Yeah.
25?
Right.
And how many champions did they have?
One.
Yep. So again, winning the NCAA tournament, you would think, hey, I got the 8 best players, Kelvin, on my roster. Well, if they're freshman and sophomore, and you got a coach, Calipari's not really running too much good offense, it's not going to be great. Now, this team was kind of cobbled together, but I think this is Arizona's best chance to make a deep run to the Final Four or whatever beyond that they've had in a long time. Most complete roster that they've had. The roster, I don't think, was the problem. Some decision-making and missed some shots tonight.
Yep. 520-848-1290. Danny, you're up on the Wildcats Radio 1290 Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. Danny, can you hear me? Danny going once. Danny, you there? All right, we'll put Danny back on hold, see if we can get him. Let's hear from Roy. Roy, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yep, I just want to thank you guys and the team for an exciting season with a really disappointing end. And I've got a couple of questions. One of them being, do you think they should have started pressing much earlier than they did? When they slowed the game down that much and the ball was kind of like dead in the water, do you think pressing much earlier in the game, and I just felt that Arizona had the better personnel to do it, that would have helped them?
Yeah, I thought so, especially once I seen him cut it on and it kind of bothered him a little bit. I actually thought it got our guys more in rhythm and speeded our guys up and gave our guys a little more rhythm because of the running around and anticipation. So, I think for that reason more than anything, maybe you don't turn them guys over, but maybe you get your guys more energized and playing more in the speed that they're used to.
And I've got a question regarding, according to the commentators on TV, they did not go to a shoot around. They're 2 minutes away, and the coach decided get some more reps instead of going out and just doing simple drills or just shooting some baskets around. Do you feel that little bit might have helped them in their shooting?
So wait, Arizona did not have a shoot around today, is what you're saying?
That's what the announcer said. The announcer said they were 2 minutes away from the practice facility, and they didn't take it.
That's interesting, considering it was a mid-afternoon game. You would think they would have, but perhaps maybe they did what Kelvin said sometimes you do, and that's just did a walkthrough in the ballroom.
Yeah, it just that I believe it hurt him, just because getting used to the rims, getting used to like the angles, getting used to just maybe not the noise. There's not going to be any noise there. But just getting used to the movement underneath the buckets, it probably would have helped them at the beginning of the game, which they probably needed.
Yeah.
But I do have one gripe, and that one gripe is they had there was unconfirmed reports that they had a possibility of getting Cam Spencer, and before UConn got him, was there ever any possibility of getting him, and would he have been a better fit than Caleb Love?
On to the shoot around. Before we get to that, I think it's important to recognize routine and how important routine is to how these games go. And so as far as having a shoot around, if you've had a shoot around, Kelvin, every single game the entire year long, and then you don't, that's taken away an hour and a half routine from the players and whatever that is to get comfortable in that building. So to that point, Roy, I mean, if you change up your routine in any way, you're affecting your ability to maintain that structure and that, consistency.
Plus, some people are superstitious. They make certain routines before, during, and after the game, and I'm sure the players are the same way.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, Danny, we appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Great thoughts for sure on tonight's game. 520-848-1290, the number to get in on the program. I'm sorry, that was Roy we just talked to there. We'll try Danny again. Danny, you're on Wildcats Radio 1290, a Meridian Wealth Management postgame show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, Danny.
Listen, all I want to say is this is a tough call. I remember being at the practice day for the LIV. I remember being at practice day for LIV last year, the day we were playing Princeton. And I was watching those scores, and I took it for granted that we'd win. It's tough, man. I started thinking about the Final Four in Kelvin's years, and, I know I've told you guys, playing golf this summer, we're like, okay, I was 39 when we went to the Final Four. It's tough. I got one sport and one team. I don't care about any other sport. I really don't. So I know what this is about. But my main thing I want to say is that Tommy train, I'm on it. I don't care. It's a game. Sometimes people will say, oh, this team lost because of this call. Well, you know what? If that's how you feel, score more points. Right? And that's why March Madness is the greatest thing ever. It really is. This sucks. But Calvin, David, I'm new to you, David. We talked about the two dudes coming out of the Marriott with the matching Wisconsin sweatshirts on. I told them to enjoy the day. It's going to be ugly. Remember that, David?
It was ugly. It definitely was ugly.
And J-Dub. If J-Dub could just come up with a stat or two, I don't know. He's a slacker. I love J-Dub so much. Look, guys, I really don't even know what the hell to say. Other than that, I bleed red and blue. I got my degrees at U of A, and I am an Arizona Wildcat forever. And you just got to go through it. You just got to go through it. And will we get to the Final Four? I hope so. But the ball bounces, man. It's the way it goes. Tommy Lloyd is the answer. All right?
All right. Well,
Thanks, guys.
Danny,
I appreciate all you guys.
Thank you, Danny.
Bear down,
Appreciate
Danny.
you. Danny, your stat, I'm going to give you, they missed 19 out of 21 shots in the second half. That's probably the stat that stands out to me the most.
I don't have an answer for Roy as far as Cam Spencer coming to Arizona, if that was a possibility. But what I do know is that he only took 2 visits. He only visited UConn and Miami. So I don't know. Maybe back room, there were some conversations that went down. That would have been before Caleb transferred here. But I don't remember anything in the news because he was transferring from Rutgers and he went to UConn.
Yeah.
I don't remember any buzz about that, but I do know he only took the 2 visits.
All right, let's review our keys to the game. Find out what we thought needed to happen on the front side of this.
Wildcats fans, how did today's Keys to the Game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Well, first and foremost, I think you got to limit turnovers. Anytime that Arizona struggled in the last stretch, it's been sloppy play. And we saw that in just the last game. They had about a 10-minute stretch where they only scored 3 points. A lot of sloppy turnovers. Can't do that today. Number 2, stay with the shooters from Clemson. I think the high-low is going to be the big focal point for the Arizona defense today between PJ and Ian. That high-low is rough, but you cannot lose track of those shooters. And number 3, don't force contested J's. We saw that they held Baylor to 16 points under their season average. You got to make sure that you get in the paint. Ballo. We always talk about it. I'd like to see at least 40 points in the paint today. Lower scoring games, so it won't go quite 50, but you got to get in the paint. Do not settle for contested jump shots. Those are my keys.
I thought this was a game that I didn't see as many sloppy passes in this game as I'd seen in the other games.
Only 9 turnovers.
I thought this was
because they. Thank you. Did you say that? Only 9 turnovers.
Yeah.
Only 9.
How many steals did they have? They wasn't up pressuring. They let you make the mistake. They let you miss the shot. Was you watching the game I'm watching? They didn't. How many steals they have? 5 maybe.
You mean Clemson only had 4?
4.
Yeah.
So the pressure defense and all that, no, we just missed, man. We missed shots, man. And I wish I know those guys gonna go back and look at that tape and everything, and they're gonna be a little ticked off. And I respect them because that's good contained defense. We call it contained defense, where you're just trying to keep them away from penetrating and you are almost giving them the 3. Now I guarantee you, if we started making some threes, I'm sure they would have got up a lot more, right, J-Dub, and tried to deter those shots. But yeah, man, they was sagging. 9 turnovers.
Let's hear that last part one more time. Paint. Do not settle for contested jump shots. Those are my keys. That's the big takeaway for me. I mean, again, they kept the turnovers low. The times they did get in the paint, they were successful. But I just think they settled way too much for contested jump shots. And that's my biggest takeaway with shot selection.
All right. Next key was Kelvin.
I think Keyshawn and Pella have to do a great job limiting P.J. Hall. I think they're going to put those smaller guys on him because he plays a little bit on that perimeter. And I think against the bigger kid, I don't know how to say his name, Shefflin. I think we'll go Ballo on him to just have a little more girth against him. I also believe that Ballo needs to be aggressive, and we need to get the ball to him down in the post to put some foul pressure on PJ Hall,
right?
And see if we can't, see if he can get him back into some of that foul trouble he used to get into. And we have to take away the catch and shoot threes. No, I said we have to get some catch and shoot threes to open up the inside for Ballo and those guys so they can we have to knock down some shots from the perimeter because we have to open up that paint for our guys to get some scoring.
Well, they started to rack up the fouls against the Clemson inside guys in the second half early, but just stopped going to it, and Hall only had 3.
Yeah, wish we would went to a little bit more of that in the first half. We ended up getting the matchups that I thought with Keyshawn and playing against
Shefflin,
Hall actually. Keyshawn playing against Hall but I was saying the passing that Shefflin did, man, against Ballo, man, was masterful because you got to pull Ballo away from the basket, the free throw line area, and he dropped a lot of passes in there to PJ to get a couple scores. And then PJ Lent kind of shot over Keyshawn a couple times and made a couple threes there as well. And I said it, catch and shoot threes. I thought we shot a lot of off the dribble threes. I would have rather us been able to be in a position to shoot some catch and shoot threes, which would have opened up some closeouts where we could have penetrated.
A play where Boswell got a pass and caught it in his shooting pocket, and there wasn't a defender within 5 feet, Kelvin. And he passed on the shot, and then he took 2 dribbles 2 feet back behind the three-point line and shot over a defender off the dribble, 2 left-handed dribbles to the left, and then shot an extra couple of feet, 23-footer. That first shot was right there. And you talk about that all the time. Catch and shoot, get your feet underneath you. I just think way too many shots off the dribble for sure.
77-72, the final. My keys to the game. I want to see them get into Joseph Girard III really early. He has not shot the ball well in this tournament. I think if you get in his head early, take him out of the game to keep him ice cold, that's going to be one big key for me in terms of Arizona winning this game today. Again, and I'll say it again, I want to see more of a commitment to Oumar Ballo in this ball game. Hopefully, if you can shut down that high-low like you were talking about, you can keep Oumar in the game a little bit longer so he can get more touches. So not only can he allow you to score on the inside, but you can build up that foul count to get yourself to the foul line, because that's where Arizona is so good this season. And, of course, transition. They may want to play slow, but you got to find your ways and opportunities, take advantage of every opportunity to get the ball out in transition in this ball game. Way under in transition, only 22 points, nowhere close to the what you would like to have seen there. I thought they played well against Joseph Girard. I mean, he never really got going in the game, although he did dish out 6 assists. That was the one positive for him, but he missed 5 of the 6 shots that he took in the ball game. And again, Ballo, 10 shots. I mean, that's about what I'd say. I said 10 to 12 is about normally where I would like to have seen him get. I just thought in this game, the way you're shooting outside, maybe try to get him 15 or more. And perhaps you get him to the line, he makes a few more. The disappointing part, the 1 of 7 from the line.
So Alabama's up 2 with 8 seconds left, and they have the ball.
Oh, wow. And that is game 2 out in Los Angeles right now. 8.6 seconds to go. Number 4 seed Alabama trying to knock out North Carolina and make it an Alabama-Clemson regional final in the West. Those were our keys to the game.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, more still to come. We'll update the final scores as they come in and take more of your calls. Texts as well are welcome, 520-848-1290. It is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show with Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
You want a protector, you'll give anything to make sure nothing harms her. Every minute together makes unforgettable memories. Except that time you parked her under that tree and...
Oh, come on, man, really?
Sorry, we'll never speak of it again. But remember who came to her rescue? Recon Auto Detailing. Arizona's premier auto detailing company comes directly to you. We'll make your masterpiece shine like it should, and with a monthly maintenance package, we'll keep it that way. Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work. Oh. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
What up, Tucson? This is Joseph Blair, former Wildcat and assistant coach of the Washington Wizards. When I came to play basketball at the U of A in the 90s, the Tucson community became and has always remained a special part of my life. And this is why I proudly joined the Meridian Wealth Management Tucson Advisory Business Council. If you have financial questions or concerns, please be sure and call my friends Natalie or Ruben Fernandez at 719-1433 or visit online at Meridian Wealth LLC. And as always, bear down, Tucson.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
If there's a hot spot in your house, you may have leaky ductwork. The Department of Energy says 95% of homes do. Those leaks can pull in dirt and humidity. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rocks Cooling. Ask how we can tackle those leaky ducts and keep cool air in and dirt and humidity out with AeroSeal. Call Picture Rocks at 520-440-4069.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K, nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Ogden Nation.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot. Best price, biggest inventory.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results team. When buying and selling really mattered, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Inbounds for Girard, 14 seconds left. Lead pass down to Dylan Hunter to the bucket, laid up good, and he's fouled, and that might be it. The Cats going full court. Tigers saw Hunter streaking. Went almost uncontested to the bucket, laid it in, and he's fouled with 9.8 to go. It's back to a 5-point lead.
Wildcats fall in the Sweet 16 to Clemson. The 6th seed beats the 2 seed 77-72. It'll be Clemson and Alabama in the regional final in the West, as Alabama has knocked off the 1 seed North Carolina 89-87. As it was Grant Nelson scoring 24 points and grabbing 12 boards for Alabama. Let's give you all your scores.
The Pac-12 scoreboard is brought to you by Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers. Real growers, real experience, real nursery.
Boy, the starters tonight for Alabama were on point. Grant Nelson, 24 points. Mark Sears scored 18. 2 other starters scored 19 points. They made 11 threes, did Alabama, and they are moving on to Saturday in Los Angeles against Clemson. one of those two teams, the 4 or the 6, will go to the Final Four.
What's better, 11 out of 26 or 5 out of 28?
I think, hey, if it's 11 out of 26 for Arizona, we're talking about a rematch of Alabama and Arizona from Phoenix earlier this season, but that's not going to be the case. Elsewhere, number 1 seed UConn beat San Diego State by 30 points. Now that is UConn, again, winning by 39, 39, and 30 in their 3 games in the postseason. One game still in progress, about 7 minutes to go. Illinois is leading Iowa 53-51. Iowa State, I'm sorry. Illinois is the number 3 seed there in the East. Iowa State is the number 2 seed. So a tight game between those two teams as well. That is a look at your Mesquite Valley Growers scoreboard in terms of college basketball. Arizona softball loses today by a score of 9-0 at home to number 9 Stanford. And baseball also playing tonight over at High Corbett Field against UCLA. Last check, the Bruins were winning that game. It is now 3-2 UCLA. Another tight Friday night game. It's Thursday because of the holiday on Sunday. But another tight series opener. The Wildcats are down 3-2 right now.
I got one more score for you.
D-backs.
Diamondbacks download.
Baseball stuff! 16-1.
Yeah, they scored a lot of runs tonight, didn't they?
It's still going. 16-1 in the 6 is what I'm seeing.
16-1 over the. How'd you like to be the Colorado Rockies? I've said forever the Colorado Rockies are never going to win a World Series, and you get thumped on night number 1 by 15 runs. Lourdes Gurriel has 5 RBIs. Gabi Moreno has 3. A pair for Christian Walker, a pair for Eugenio Suarez in that game. You got your lineup of 9. 8 of your 9 players in the lineup tonight have an RBI.
Did you see the box score, though? How about 2 in the first and 14 in the third? Yeah. 14 runs in the bottom of the third
inning. Wow. Zach Gallen, 5 innings, has allowed a run on 3 hits. Great opening night up in, I wonder if the roof was open tonight, up in Phoenix. We'll take more of your calls, but Kelvin, we'll get some final thoughts from you to wrap up this season.
Man, it was a fun season, man. Seeing this group come together. Again, 4 new guys basically in the starting lineup. What is it? 6? What was it? 4 new guys. Just putting it together, man.
Yeah.
It's tough with when you're playing other veteran teams and stuff. But I just thought, all in all, man, I just had a fun year watching these guys come together, man. I mean, and playing ball. There was some tough losses in there, but they never lost 2 games in a row. Pretty much protected home court except for I think maybe 1 game or something. So it was a fun year, man. They got to the Sweet 16. It's tough losing this game because this for sure was a winnable game. But all in all, man, I had a great time with you guys, and it was fun watching and talking about U of A sports this year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I've listened to these shows from the outside, working in TV. I'd be in my lab cutting tape, and I'd have you guys on. Listening to the recaps and whatnot, and I always respected the knowledge that you had in basketball, but being in this seat now and getting able to see it in person and hear it like I've had a chance to hear it, just an excellent basketball mind you are, Kelvin, and I appreciate everything that you do for these programs here on both the football and the basketball side, and of course we're done with this season, but we'll look forward to talking about spring football here, and we'll definitely have you on the show regularly to do that, as well as looking forward to the first year of Brent Brennan as we get going with that.
That's going to be like this week.
Right. Well, they practiced today, so practice number 2, I think Noah Fafita spoke today after practice, so we'll hear from him on DK on the Sports Tip tomorrow. So, Kelvin, thank you so much.
Oh, man, appreciate you guys. Bro down, guys.
All right, Kelvin Efon, the captain, 520-848-1290. Let's hear from Bill. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. Hey, you guys would probably be nicknaming me Broken Record Bill, but I've called almost every game this season and after every loss, I said how we can't attack.
That's what we said, Bill. You got to start calling after wins.
Oh, I do. I call after wins too, but they're a lot happier calls.
Okay.
But I mean, when I called after losses, I mean, I think every time it was a major reason why we lost the game was because we cannot attack the zone defense. And again, it was the same thing tonight. I mean, if you can't hit your threes, you're not going to break your zone. And if you can't get them inside, you're not going to break that zone. And that was both cases tonight. And so that's a wrap pretty much on this year. But I want to talk big picture and how, in my opinion, why the Pac-12 hurt us again. How it's been like this for 40 years. I remember Lute Olson complaining about it, how the Pac-12 plays basketball and how it's reffed. And for this year, how bad the competition was. And it hurt us because if we were in the Big 12, we would have lost a lot more games. We probably would have lost 2 or 3 games in a row sometimes. And weaknesses would have been exposed a lot earlier. And lineups probably would have been changed because when you're playing weaker opponents, if you lose and then you come back and have a good game, I'm not going to point any player out. But if you have a bad game and then you go against a weaker opponent the next time, it can correct your game supposedly really quick. And so then you keep your spot in the lineup. And if you're playing against if you're playing against a lot better competition, that weakness is going to be exposed. And if you don't want to keep on losing, then you're going to change the lineup. And I think that's because, and one point on that is in your pregame show, they showed had the interview with the Clemson coach. They started 10-1, and he said in the interview that we were that got to the kid's head. They went to conference play and they went, I think, 4-6 or 2-6 or
4-6.
Yeah, and he had to come to Jesus moment and said, we've got to change things up.
Yeah.
And that exposed some weaknesses on that team, and they had to make changes. Going to the Big 12, it's going to help us so much because I hope people get ready because we're going to lose a lot more games. But when you get to the tournament, you're going to be a lot more prepared, and your lineup will be a lot more solidified, if I can say that. I'll say there's, to put all your money on, to put all your hopes and dreams on 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a smart thing to do, and you shouldn't live and die by that. But, you have to, coaches would see the weaknesses a lot earlier than when you see a weakness in the conference tournament or in the NCAA tournament. And I just think it's going to help us a lot.
Well, we're going to find out, Bill, for sure. We're going to find out kind of what playing in a conference of that nature, how that helps us, how that hurts us, how it prepares you for this. I mean, obviously, you've got 16 teams playing this weekend, 2 teams from the Big 12. Houston looks to be one of the potential dominant teams that could get to the Final Four. Iowa State, though, is hanging on by a thread right now. So we're going to find out real quick what the Big 12 will do for us.
But you look at Clemson. Clemson, nobody was looking at them. They're a 6 seed.
Yeah.
And they play in a tough conference, and they went through a lot of hell during the season, during the conference play. But they're there now. I don't care for a 1, 2, or 10 seed as long as we win games in the tournament.
There you go. Bill, hey, I appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you during football.
Definitely. Looking forward to that. 520-848-1290. The number for you to get in on the program. We got a text groove in here. Is Arizona doomed to live and die with streak shooting guards? Let's hope our streak shooting guards can turn it around and become guards that make a lot of shots versus missing a lot. But that was not the case tonight, as Arizona missed 5 of 28 3-point baskets. Adam, you will likely be wrapping it up for us on this season, the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. And also just want to kind of piggyback on what DK said. And, thank you, Calvin, for all the info and everything. Greatly appreciate everything you say. And also, kind of my question is kind of towards you because, you're a coach. But, to me, as a coach, I've been a coach. I've been in that scenario. As a coach, you have your backup plans. You have your A, you have your B, you have your C plans. To me, it feels like Tommy sticks with his A plan too long and then switches it up, makes his adjustments too late. Just previously in games, even in the previous games, like the UCLA game, even that, I think he made that adjustment at the right time. But today, I feel like, with that 3-minute mark, they put that pressure on and got that little run, cut it down, and then same thing when in the start of the first second half, same thing. They put that pressure on, and he changed his game plan. But I think to me, it was too late at that time. So as a coach, do you feel like Tommy's the right coach, but is he being too stubborn and maybe sticking to that game plan? His game.
Well, I thought he made adjustments early because I have to go back and look, but I thought Jaden Bradley was in the game a lot earlier than maybe normally he gets in.
Those adjustments are good, but as far as feeding the ball into Ballo, because as soon as the second half started, he feeded it to Ballo.
Right.
And I felt like and as soon as the tip off, we didn't even do that.
No.
Hall got into foul trouble right away as soon as we did that. And to me, it's that's what we should have done in the first half and get him. He got 3 fouls in 5 minutes. So or within the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Right.
He got into foul trouble and he pulled them out, and Arizona was able to close that lead and cut it to tie it. But then they brought him back in. And to me, as soon as as a coach, as soon as he would have came back in, I should have gave Ballo back the ball and get him back into foul trouble. Get him that 4th foul. Get him that 5th foul. That's just how I saw it. And to me, is I should have, he's in foul trouble. He's back in the game. Let's get Ballo back in there, get him that 4th foul, and make a run again to where we can have the lead. He comes back in. Maybe it's too late for him to make an effect, but I don't know. To me, it's just he had 3 fouls within the first 6 minutes of the second half.
Yeah. Well, and Adam, I think it's like we had another fan that chimed in on YouTube earlier. Sometimes you gotta ring in. You gotta kind of tighten the reins.
Yeah.
And that's you had too many guys jacking up threes tonight. Maybe Tommy needs to be a little bit more in control of that and say, look, we need to feed Ballo right now because he's drawing the foul count up. He's making baskets. He shot 70%. This is the guy. He's going to go down as the best field goal percentage shooter in program history, and he did it again tonight at 70%.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I just felt like we gave the ball to Ballo too late.
Yeah, I will not disagree with you on that at all. Adam, hey, I appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Please do call again.
Thank you guys for taking it.
Absolutely.
Have a great day. Have a great night.
All right, final break of the night. We'll come back. We'll put a wrap on this season. 77-72, Clemson knocks off Arizona in the Sweet 16. You're listening to the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet? Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Striving to be the best never grows old, and that's especially true right now during O'Reilly Chevrolet's 100th anniversary celebration. Great customer service is what we've hung our cowboy hat on for more than a century. Even today, we have a new inventory arriving with factory incentives available, and there are great deals to be had. Check them out at O'Reilly.com, call 747-8000, or come to our party on the 23rd to Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Southern Arizona and O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Mike Hanley, former president of Bank of Tucson, and I'm thrilled to announce that I have joined the Advisory Business Council of Meridian Wealth Management and Natalie Fernandez-Lee, Meridian's partner and advisor, who I am a great fan of. She has worked with many individuals and businesses in the community for decades. We live in crazy times these days and need the right financial advice, which is so important. If you'd like to talk to Natalie, give her a call at 719-1433 and have a great day.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and so are the allergies. I'm Janae Arenas, and if you're a mom like me, you're concerned about how clean the air is that your family is breathing. That's why we offer duct cleaning, aeroseal duct sealing, and air purification. Call us at Picture Rocks Cooling at 520-440-4069. Your family deserves to breathe clean, healthy air.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Experiencing the Sonoran Desert's natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rock & Kay. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockandK.com. Designed by nature, built for you. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arizona ball. Now the Wildcats have to score in a hurry. Bradley down off to Larson. Hand it to Love. Love in traffic. Nowhere to go. Drives into the lane. Throw it up and score 2. Again, the Wildcats have no timeouts. It's a 75-72 Clemson lead.
77-72, the final. Clemson wins to knock out the Arizona Wildcats from the 2024 NCAA men's basketball tournament. Season is over. 27-9 is the final count in terms of the record. Let's head back to the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles and hear from Caleb Love after his final game as a Wildcat.
So we couldn't finish it. I feel like I just couldn't. Obviously, I couldn't make shots, but I shot good for my team. Credit.
All right, we'll stop that. Unfortunately, the audio is not as good as I thought it was on that piece of audio we had there. So we'll try to get you some of Caleb Love a little bit later. But very just looking at Caleb in the locker room, just very down after this ball game, as you can imagine. Rough night. 5 of 18, 0 of 9 from 3, 13 points in 35 minutes with just 1 assist for Caleb Love in the loss. J-Dub, final thoughts.
Well, I've been here 12 hours today, so I'm ready for bed. That's my final thought.
Mrs. Kelly tweeted a little while ago. She said, the season is over. Time to shut it down and come home.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long season because football into basketball, we had somebody quit right before basketball season, so it's been a lot. But I'm happy to be here because I care deeply about the Arizona men's basketball program in particular, have since I was 7 years old, which was a long time ago, David Kelly. I feel bad for guys like Caleb Love. You know, Steve Kerr still talks about the one game where he shot poorly in his last college basketball game. Steve Kerr, to this day, multiple NBA championships as a player and as a coach, still talks about missing shots in the Final Four as a player. Obviously, Caleb's devastated. Kylan Boswell had a bad game. People, I'm sure, have lots of things to say about that. But overall, I mean, I just look at the grand scheme of things, and I just think this group came together from all the way from Abu Dhabi through the struggles at Palo Alto and, you know, losing twice to the Cougars. People weren't super happy about that. It was just a really up and down season. And it's a make shots or miss shots world that we live in basketball. Steph Curry changed the game, and now teams shoot too many threes, David Kelly.
Yeah.
Too many threes. And if you make the threes, you win. If you miss the threes, you go home early. I really just wish I didn't see 28 three-point attempts tonight. That's my biggest takeaway. But the season, to me, you know, it's always disappointing to see Arizona lose. It doesn't mean the season was a failure. That's not the way I look at it. I feel badly for the players, and especially those 4 seniors. You mentioned how Pelo took it so hard last year. I can't imagine this year's any different. I feel really bad for those guys because there's going to be regrets they have to take away from this game. As you said, you lose a shot at the buzzer where, all things being equal, you didn't want to have to go out like this shooting so poorly from the perimeter. But that's the way the game works these days. Sometimes you make shots, sometimes you don't make shots, David Kelly. And tonight, Arizona did not make shots, and Clemson moves on, and that's the way it's written.
37% from the field, 18% from 3, 68% from the line, and you lose by 5 to the Clemson
And
Tigers.
I don't care what anybody's saying on X right now. I love all these guys, and I know that they're all Wildcats. You know? I mean, all those guys, especially the 2 guys who transferred in, really embraced the program, the life, the city, all those things. And that's what really matters to me, is players who come in here and they're not just trying to interview for their next job. That pisses me off. I've seen that quite a bit here. Not quite a bit. I've seen a few players do that here at Arizona. I didn't see that this year. I just saw a lot of guys connected. They just didn't make shots tonight. It's disappointing, but it's still a good season.
Absolutely. And I'll go back to my baseline. You make the Sweet 16, it's a successful season, and that's where they got to this year. Disappointment about tonight, but a successful season in year number 3 for Tommy Lloyd and this program. All right, that is going to wrap it up for us. I'd like to thank a whole lot of people who were a part of these programs this year, from football, as we mentioned, all the way through basketball. 49 days and nights where we do these pregame shows, 3.5 hours before the game on football, 3 hours for basketball, 2+ hours after the games for both of these. It started in September and it ends tonight. Game board operators, AJ Camacho, primarily on the AM side. JW Madden handled those duties today, and we appreciate everything that you have done, J-Dub, for sure. As you said, it has been a long season. On the FM side today was Max from Kim FM, also known as Herb Crow. He is one of our bosses here, and we appreciate him being a part of these games. Bob Madden throughout the season, Dusty Dale on the FM side, Tom Lang also at times on the FM side. We thank all of them for spinning those dials over there. Football side as well, Glenn Howell throughout that season, and of course Kelvin Efon, J.W. Madden here on the basketball side. Just wowed me all year long with their knowledge of this game, because they know a whole lot more about basketball than I do. I don't come in here trying to tell folks that I know a whole lot about the game of basketball. I'm just kind of the quarterback that tries to get us through the segments and get them into the right positions so that we can hear the knowledge that they have to bring. And they brought it every single night.
That all changes today because baseball just started. So it's going to be the exact opposite.
There you go. Yeah, our broadcasts don't end. We'll have baseball coming up for you tomorrow. U of A baseball. We'll have, I believe, probably Brody Dryden will be on the call this weekend.
He was, but I know Brian is going to start back up. So yeah. I got a text from Brody today saying he was going to do tomorrow, but I also heard Brian say on the radio today that he's coming back. So we'll see.
Okay, yeah. So maybe Brian will take a break, rest his cords, and be back for the series, I believe, next week, which is up in Washington State. Somewhere. I think they play the Huskies. Yeah, absolutely. So you'll have baseball, 6:50, airtime tomorrow, 7 o'clock, first pitch, game 2 of the series between the Wildcats and the UCLA Bruins. We'll update that game is now tied in the bottom of the 8th inning. UCLA and Arizona, 3-3. Wildcats looking to try to get back into the Pac-12 race, and they can do so as both those teams come into the weekend at 4-5. Holy weekend. Have a happy Easter to all of you out there. Be with your families. I know that is, I had the bags packed. I was ready to get on the road to Los Angeles as soon as we got done tonight. I got the suitcase in my car. The flip side to that, though, is I'll get a chance to spend Easter with my wife. It is absolutely her favorite holiday, and so I look forward to that on Sunday. We'll be back with you for DK on the Sports Tip tomorrow at 3. We can rehash more if you didn't get a chance to get in tonight. Get in tomorrow. We'll talk some football as well and take you to end the week from 3 to 6. And next weekend, be with us next Friday. We're not. I'll let you know. I'm not going to the Final Four. We're not going to the Final Four next week, but we will be at Champs next Friday for a celebration of college basketball. So join us there. We'll be at Champs next Friday from 3 to 6. Champs is the hottest new sports bar at 7625 North La Cholla Boulevard. So head on over there. They've got $5 Madness specials going on right now all the way through the national championship game on April the 8th. $5 pizzas, $5 beers, and $5 pitchers. You're not going to find a better deal. Go over there. If your bracket busted tonight, maybe you can kind of pull it back together with some of these other Sweet 16 games as the weekend goes. But head on over to Champs and check them out. The hottest new spot for sports here in Tucson. Again, your final score. The Clemson Tigers, 77. The Arizona Wildcats, 72. The season ends at 27-9. For Calvin Efon and J.W. Madden, I'm David Kelly. Have a great night, everyone. And as always, bear down, Arizona.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.